Ahoy! Welcome into the Junk Drawer, part of the Cork Bats Podcast Network. And let us stop you right there. We are not going to be the next coach at LSU. Today is November 29th, 2021. What is up, Junkies? I'm Austin. That's AD. What's up, AD?
I would happily accept the job at LSU.
Would you?
Happily? I
Happily?
think so. Happily, yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe not happily. I don't know.
You win a national championship there, and then it's like you could be gone in 2 years. Like it's not. I don't know. I would like a place where it's like if I win a national championship, they build me a statue, not give me a pink slip a couple years later.
You quickly became the enemy of the state.
Oh, there you go.
Good. This isn't a movie podcast, but
no, it's not. Yeah, it's not a movie podcast, unlike the Cineboys. No, this is a podcast where we just talk about anything. So I guess maybe technically it could be a movie podcast.
It could be if you want it to be.
Right, because we can talk about anything we want to. It's called the junk drawer for a reason. Everyone's got a junk drawer in their home where you just put everything and everything. In fact, we just moved, as you might be able to see from my background. I'm in a new location, and we're in a new house, and we deemed a certain drawer. This is our junk drawer, and that's just where we put everything that doesn't have a place.
As you should have. Probably the first thing you did. I'm assuming.
It was, yeah. It was like we walked in, we're like, this is the junk drawer right
this
here.
This is
it. You guys can comment along if you're watching from live stream on YouTube or Facebook. If you're watching along on the live stream on Twitter, first of all, thank you. Go ahead and hit that retweet button or give us a like. Just to help the numbers. The more people we get in here, the more fun the show is, and the more interaction we can get. And you guys can kind of steer us in any direction you want. If you have a take on anything that we hit on, which we're going to be hitting on a lot, obviously, anything big in the sports world last week, even some depressing things like, I don't know, my Titans and AD Steelers.
Yeah, some things that we might have to talk about. Yeah.
We'll have the tough conversations. But go ahead and comment along and let your voice be heard. If you're on Twitter though, if you're watching on our Twitter broadcast, unfortunately the comments there don't get seen. So if you do want to comment, jump on over to our YouTube page or our Facebook page, and you can comment along there. But please give us the like and share if you don't.
Do we know if the Twitter folks can talk amongst themselves?
They can talk amongst themselves.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
And they can like comment. So like if you have something witty that you only want the comment thread to see, go ahead. By all means, comment along. We just won't be able to see it.
Whenever we hire that producer, they'll be like on the Twitter feed, I'm sure, and feeding us the comments.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Right. Once we get the producer, and look, that's in the works. That's in the plans. So once we get him, he'll be getting us coffee before the shows too.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. In different states. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. He's gonna have yours ordered and like DoorDash to your house. And he'll just be here with me. That's cool. He'll live in Chicago with me.
Are you getting another dog? Is that what's happening?
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
A little dog named Producer is what we're gonna do. Hey, look, we're currently sitting around 917 YouTube subscribers. Not to brag. All right.
But we need those numbers pumped up a little bit.
Look, we're trying to get to 1,000 by the end of 2021. And in 2 days from now, it will be December. So we will have 1 month. We have 4 weeks to get a little over 75 subscribers. So please go to our YouTube page and hit subscribe. We've got videos there all the time. We try and drop at least a new video a week at very least. So please go there, subscribe. We've got some new videos coming. Some new videos that we're working on. If you missed any of AD's wedding, AD got married back in October.
That was an awesome recap that you did too.
Just dropped a video about AD's wedding, take you kind of behind the scenes of that and everything. It
brought a few people to tears, so you might want to check it out.
All right, so let me rephrase that. Grab your Kleenex and then go check out that video.
Check out the video. There we go.
But subscribe to the YouTube page while you're there. We need to get to 1,000 by the end of 2021. If we get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, I will do an entire junk drawer with my shirt off.
Oh, People want that too. People are asking for that. So
people are now going to unsubscribe. They're going to be like, "Oh gosh, click away. I don't want that."
They're going to see it hits 1,000, going to unsubscribe. So it's back at $9.99 until the new year.
Yeah, right.
And then hit subscribe again.
If we get to 1,000 subscribers before 2022, I will do an entire episode with my shirt off.
We will hold him to that too. We will hold him to that.
Unlike AD and Grit, I will actually pay up on my bets.
Yes, he will. And you know what? While we're at it, I'll make a bet too. If we get to 1,000, I'll do a whole podcast without a hat on. So that might be my first ever junk drawer episode without a hat.
Damn.
So please, guys, subscribe. If you want to see that, then subscribe. Yes.
You want to see AD hatless and me shirtless? Boom. All you got to do is subscribe to the YouTube page to do your part. All right. We've got, and also subscribe, rate, and review if you're listening on the podcast. Thank you. We appreciate every single one of you who do. We've got We've got good, back, ugly. We've got our Frank fact, and we've got, of course, got our 3 for 3. So let's waste no more time. AD, let's just go ahead and get into it. What you got for your good of the week?
My good of the week. Well, first off, before I go into my actual good of the week, Kenny Pickett on the Heisman ballot. Love it.
Oh,
go vote for him. Go vote for him. I voted today. I don't know if it even really matters or counts because not really sure if it does. I think it's called like the fan vote. So, if you want to feel cool and support him, go vote. And then after that, my good of the week is game day breakfast. So there was an interview with Devonta Smith, the wide receiver from the Eagles. He is a former Heisman winner, actually. Speaking of Heisman, Alabama standout, just an incredible football player. And he was recently interviewed by GQ. And GQ posed this question to him: can you detail what you're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a game day? And reading this interview immediately made me fall in love with Devonta Smith. He's already a great football player. Love what he does on the field. But this answer just put a smile on my face. So Devonta Smith says, if it's a home game for breakfast, I'm going to McDonald's. And
okay,
if you enjoy fast food, and particularly for breakfast, McDonald's has to be up there on your top 5. Like that's McDonald's is almost like the cream of the crop of fast food breakfast. It's up there with the best between even just your basic McMuffin, the hash browns. Some people go for the McGriddles. Austin, what's your go-to at McDonald's breakfast?
It's a great question. I used to be an egg white delight guy, just because trying to watch
the healthier option.
Trying to go the healthier options, but then McDonald's nixed it. They got rid of it, which
doesn't exist anymore.
It's so McDonald's. Yeah, it's so McDonald's. So I used to go egg white delight and like the oatmeal, just because it was literally the two.
Okay, that is not McDonald's breakfast right there.
They're not McDonald's. And look, and I'll give you that
Starbucks breakfast right there,
dude. Give me all the crap in the world because I deserve it. But I was looking for anything on the menu like sub 500 calories, and those are like the only 2 things.
That's fair.
And now they've got rid of it. So now I think I'm sausage burrito guy, big time.
Oh, the burrito. Okay, that's
you get 2 for $1 or whatever.
Yeah. Great value. My wife enjoys the bacon and egg and cheese on a bagel, and that comes with like that special green sauce that no one really knows what it is.
Oh yeah.
Have you had that before?
I haven't, no, but I've seen it. I'm familiar with it.
It is tasty. I will say it's tasty. I don't know what it is, but it's good. It's good. But so Devonta Smith, and he's got to get McDonald's, he says. I'm not even going to lie to you, he says right after that. And I would hope he wouldn't lie. He's in the middle of an interview. I have to get a McGriddle, 2 hash browns, and an orange juice. If it's a home game, I have to have it. If it's a road game, I'll just eat it in the hotel. It'll be some scrambled eggs, fruit, orange juice, and that would be it. I really don't need a lot before the game. Right before the game, I'll probably have some fruit and leave it at that. So just the fact that this guy can admit, his guilty pleasure, which is
Yeah.
McDonald's, and he's not the first player to say this. I think it was Ochocinco said he might still have it every single day for breakfast. Like
Ochocinco eats way too much McDonald's to be that fit.
And it doesn't make sense. Like logically, you can't wrap your head around it.
We used to have a McDonald's on campus in college, and I would get like a snack wrap or sometimes I would get like fries on campus, and no joke. And I it's inexplicable. I don't know why, but whenever I would get McDonald's and I'd be walking across campus, I would be like out of breath just from walking. And it was like, it wasn't every day. Like it was like, if I didn't get McDonald's, I could walk across campus easy, no problem. Like even speed walk and then not be out of breath. But for whatever reason, the days that I would get McDonald's, I'd like find myself like short of breath. I don't know what it is. So for the fact that he would get McDonald's on game day, like the morning of, and be like, yeah, let's go. And like, dude, credit to him. That just shows athletes are superior human beings.
That they have like this metabolism that is just unmatched compared to everyone else in the world. And so this article from InsideHook.com, I'm not really sure what this place is, but in an interview for I Am Athlete podcast, Ochocinco revealed his playing days diet. Oh, to none other than Cam Newton.
Okay.
For breakfast, he has McDonald's hotcakes with sausage McMuffin, and a large orange juice. And I don't know about you, but I've had the orange juice from McDonald's, and it always leaves this like indigestion. Like I don't feel good after drinking orange juice because it doesn't. It's not like
it's not a good like. It's
not real OJ, right? It's not like they're not squeezing in the back of McDonald's, right? Like it's from concentrate. So it's like that too. I don't know. It like leaves a weird feeling in my throat. I don't like it.
I don't want to drink that and then do something physical immediately after.
And then go play a football game or anything active for that matter. So he also likes the OJ with his pregame meal, which is fine. And here's the rest of his meals for the rest of the day. Snack, Pop-Tarts, and in parentheses, strawberry frosted, and six boiled eggs. And that's a snack. 6 boiled eggs as a snack.
My gosh.
Lunch, Bahama Breeze curry chicken pasta. Wait, that was a tongue twister almost. Bahama Breeze curry chicken pasta, extra chicken, and no asparagus. So anything healthy about that pasta dish, he just took out of it with the no asparagus.
Right. Well, he doesn't with his piss smelling bad.
Exactly. Good point. And then dinner is 3 legs of fried chicken, candied yams, macaroni and cheese, Sweetwater cornbread, and a slice of chocolate cake. I mean, does that sound like something an athlete eats to you?
No. I don't like I just want to say that my diet is so much different. You know?
Yeah.
Like my diet is like I will get Panda Express like multiple times in a week.
and probably be like, why did I do that? Like second time that week, you're probably like, why did I do that again? Right. And then, but Ochocinco's like, I could go for some more McDonald's. He's like, I need that McDonald's.
I don't get it. I don't get someone has like because he's a physical specimen. Like he probably could still play. If Adrian Peterson can still play on an NFL roster this year,
he could absolutely still play.
Chad Ochocinco could definitely still play on a roster. And that's with as much McDonald's as he consumes. Like, I think my man has stock in McDonald's with how much he purchases.
I mean, at this point, they should just be giving him stock. Like he's like a spokesperson for them.
You know how like Jared was like the face and brand of Subway to like make it feel like Subway was healthy. You know, he lost all this weight by eating Subway. Chad Ochocinco should be the face of McDonald's. If like he eats all that McDonald's and he's still as fit as he is.
Well, and that's the other thing too. Ochocinco is clearly ripped. Like we've all seen him without his shirt on, and he's very strong. He's an athlete. But Devonta Smith, you look at him, he's 170 pounds. Like you think for a guy that's eating McDonald's every day, or at least before games, would be putting on a little bit more weight than that. But I just don't.
That's why I would get the Egg White Delight. That's why I would get it, is because if I even if a McGriddle even comes close to my lips, it doesn't even have to touch my lips. If it comes close to my lips, I bloat up like a freaking balloon animal. I don't get it. And here Devonta Smith is chowing down McDonald's on the day of games and going out and putting up monster performances. And here I am. I can't even get McDonald's without walking across campus and getting short of breath.
Getting out of breath. Yeah. No. We clearly live different lives than these athletes, and I think this is just another example of that.
Man.
But yeah, so I mean, McDonald's. I think if you want to call that my good McDonald's, or maybe just McDonald's breakfast, I think is probably a better way to put it. That's that and Kenny Pickett. Please, I don't think it means anything, but please go vote for Kenny Pickett on the fan vote, just to say we did, right? Just let's get Kenny Pickett that fan vote, even if he doesn't win the actual Heisman. But that's my good of the week. And Austin, what do you have for your good of the week?
Oh man, I kind of wish you wouldn't have asked me this.
There wasn't really much good that happened, at least as a Titans and Steelers fan this weekend. So
before I get to that, let me just say Kenny Ashton is in, our buddy from the Cinna Boys.
There he is, Kenny.
Says, I'm all in on shirtless Austin and hatless AD. Look, if you're all in on me being shirtless and AD being hatless, get us to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I will go shirtless for an episode. AD will go hatless for an episode. I don't know what's more enticing. Probably AD's, just seeing AD's hair, his luscious mane.
I could do something cool for the hair,
No
maybe
one wants to see my chest hair. I don't think. But get us to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Go to our YouTube page and hit subscribe. We very appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,000 before 2022. But my back of the week, my good of the week is, I alluded to it earlier. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Like there's absolutely nothing. Like sports are terrible right now. AD.
They are very bad.
And it's like every time I wake up, I'm hit with more bad news.
I felt that way today too. I really did. I really did.
It's unreal. And I know, and the reason I'm going with this week is like, I could go with this a lot of weeks, to be honest with you, but I chose this week in particular because I know that you're in the same boat as me.
Correct.
You and I are sailing the high seas in our craptastic sports suck boat. You know how every boat starts with SS? That SS stands for sports suck. All right. So if we're in the SS minnow, it's the sports suck minnow, because the Titans, well, I don't even have to, that's all I have to say is the Titans.
The Titans, yeah.
I mean, that team is there are fewer injured people in hospitals than there are on the Titans roster right now. Mr. Glass from Unbreakable thinks the Titans are easily injured. It is this team is, it's unbearable. Every time I turn on Twitter, yes, I turn on Twitter.
I was gonna say, do people still turn on Twitter?
I have a switch. I just turn it on. Every time I turn on Twitter, the Titans have another injury. I just saw today, Jackrabbit Jenkins, aka Janoris Jenkins, is
did he change his name? I saw that name and I was okay. All right.
Right.
Was wondering, I was like, is that a player I've never heard of before? Okay, no, it's just Janoris Jenkins.
Yeah,
it's
Janoris Jenkins. With a new name, Jackrabbit. Great branding, honestly. I kind of wish you would go back to Janoris because he was better as a player as Janoris Jenkins.
Maybe, yeah.
And then also today, obviously Major League Baseball is in a flurry of signings just because they're trying to sign everyone before they go on strike on Wednesday. The CBA expires on Wednesday. And so,
so that's why all this is happening.
Yeah. So today and tomorrow, it's just going to be a flurry of signings. And there have been today. Max Scherzer, Dodgers hero. Dodgers don't get to the NLCS without Max Scherzer. He goes to the New York Mets. Corey Seager. The Dodgers don't win the World Series in 2020 without Corey Seager. He signs with the Texas Rangers.
Well, not only did they sign, not to back up a second, but they signed Scherzer. They signed him to the biggest contract in baseball, right?
Possibly. I don't.
Annual value.
Yeah,
annual value.
Yes. Because it's a 3-year deal for like 150 million or something.
Unbelievable.
It's insane.
He's 37.
But look, leave it to the Mets to sign a really old guy to a long contract. You know? Look, if you think that contract's bad, look at Bobby Bonilla. All right.
Yeah. They're still paying him.
Yeah. So and then on top of that, I've got like baby classes out the I don't even know what the saying is. I've just got a lot of baby classes. Yeah. Out the wazoo that I'm taking right now. I've got a baby. The due date is a week from Wednesday. We're on borrowed time right now. I feel like
you are. Yeah.
We're in the red zone. We are getting ready to cross the goal line. And
it's not the witching hour quite yet.
Yeah. I've never been more scared to score a touchdown in my life. I am terrified. So that, and then on top of that, longest weekend of the year is over. Like I'm telling you, when I said my good of the week was nothing, I meant it. There's nothing good right now. AD, your Steelers get smoked by the Bengals yesterday. My thoughts and prayers go out to you. My condolences.
I've accepted. I think that the season is over. It's essentially over.
Well, like for a Steelers fan to say that, that's absurd. The Steelers are always in it, at least even when they don't make the playoffs, they're in it until week 17.
They're not even below 500 yet, technically.
It's insane. And then TJ Watt
this morning placed on the COVID list. Unbelievable.
Dude,
just kick us while we're down.
Nothing is good. Nothing is good.
That's 3 weeks in a row. Last week, Minka was placed on the COVID list. Week before that, it was Ben. So 3 weeks in a row, a star player from the Steelers has been put on that list. And it's always been the day after a game. Or I guess Ben was the day before, but still.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we all remember where we were for that one.
Yeah.
AD, I saw House of Gucci this weekend, and that was the only thing Gucci about this weekend. Literally nothing has been good for us. Like it's like sports are. Why do we watch sports? Look,
should we just stop? Should we stop watching sports? I think we should just give it up.
Maybe we just go into something else. Let's see if the Cineboys have any room on their podcast to talk movies or something.
And then to make matters worse, the Penguins were sold this morning. The majority of the stake was sold to Fenway Sports Group. So now we have guys from Boston running the Penguins.
Stop.
And they're already talking about relocation, and it's just been a terrible Monday. It really has.
Wow. Look, not to overreact, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to overreact. The Titans get their asses handed to them by the Patriots, albeit it was the Titans practice squad because everyone on that team is injured. The Steelers get their asses handed to them by the Bengals, and that's albeit with the practice squad quarterback like Big Ben.
First season sweep since 2009 for the Bengals.
Oh gosh! Then when you start throwing around numbers like that, and that was a Chad Ochocinco.
That was and that was Andy Dalton too back then.
Look, it's just nothing is good right now. Everything sucks. Nothing is good. It's all terrible, and that's really all I got.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that on a personal level, Austin. I really do.
What do you got for your back of the week?
So my back of the week is being petty. Being petty. Okay. And I'm talking about Davante Adams referring to Odell Beckham. So, rewind a couple weeks ago, whenever, before the trade deadline, everyone was going nuts. Certain players were getting released. Von Miller signed with the Rams. I think he called OBJ shortly after that and said, "Hey, let's go win a Super Bowl," even though we have Matthew Stafford as our quarterback. And it was at that point that the Packers, I think it was literally down to the Packers and the Rams who happened to play on Sunday. And we all know OBJ chose the Rams. So Sunday, OBJ says to Devonta, let me pull this up here. He said he needed a jersey after the game. I told him, go get Cooper Kupp's jersey, since that's who he want to be with. So OBJ asked him for a jersey, and then, he fires back, still bitter about choosing the Rams over the Packers, because honestly, hindsight's 2020, but it's looking like a pretty bad decision at this point. And eventually, every good story has a good ending, right? So every Davante came around and gave him a jersey.
No,
but he didn't just give him. He didn't just give him a jersey, though. He didn't just give him a jersey. What you gonna say? Were you gonna say something?
No. Go ahead. What else did he give him?
He told him, just don't put a hole in the wall this time. So and this is like an epic petty troll.
Yeah.
So do you remember the Giants on the boat whenever they took that picture on the boat?
Yeah,
where they were all like smoking.
Yeah,
I don't know
the
what the
boy
hell they were
band,
doing
boy band boat photo.
on the yacht. Sterling Shepard, OBJ, and
it was the week of OBJ's first and I'm pretty sure only playoff game.
Yes, yeah, and I think they lost to the Packers. So
and he had like 4 or 5 drops in that game.
Yes. So after that game, OBJ reportedly punched holes in the Lambeau locker room. So that was a little callback back to so like just some of these players, like they have this stuff like locked and loaded like in their barrels.
Oh my gosh, jeez. He's like, oh, you want your jersey? Here, I'll give you your damn jersey. How about this? Gah, right there.
Yeah.
Damn Devonta.
Davante Adams, though, ripping OBJ's soul out.
I low-key love it.
I love it so much,
just because I even like the fact that like when he initially denied him the jersey, because like the whole like signed jersey thing to me, it's a little weird. It's I don't know, like it's like you guys are like star athletes.
You wear a jersey every week.
You're trying to collect memorabilia, like some like the fanatics, like the diehard fans that are like all about collecting autographs from every player and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're like on the weirdness spectrum. So like when players are doing it, when you're literally like they're your coworkers essentially. If you all work for the NFL, like they work for you, or they're on your rival company. If you want to even go like as deep as like to individual teams being their own company. So like why would you want, like, I don't know. I just, maybe I'm like, I don't want to get like old to like Mad Dog Russo here or something, but to me, it's like, I think it's dumb that players are like, excuse me, sir, will you sign my jersey? Do you want to trade jerseys and sign my jersey for me? Like, I don't know.
So what are you going to do with that jersey? Like, other than hang it up by your pool table in your basement, what are you going to do with it?
OBJ's been doing this for years. He has to have a signed jersey from every player in the league by now. So like, how big is that dude's basement? You know,
like the only time you'd ever see this jersey ever again is in MTV Cribs.
Right.
That's the only time you'd see it again. That's it.
And we know MTV Cribs is nowhere to be found right now.
R.I.P. MTV
Rest
Cribs.
Damn. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It just got real.
So essentially, Davante's not gonna. Well, if you're OBJ though, why would you even ask for a jersey if you know the Packers were in the running for your talents essentially?
Yeah, right.
Why would you ask for a jersey? Like, hey man, like it didn't work out with us, but like, can I still get your jersey? Or like, could I still take this picture with you, like holding up your jersey while you hold up mine, like. And, even after all that, like, let's say you have a house full of jerseys, like, what's the most that you can do with them? Like,
right.
Give them to your kids. Like, aren't they signing them?
I would hate to be an interior decorator for professional athletes. Like, think about how hard of a job that must be to like find wall space for all of these signed jerseys. Like I
Yeah.
just feel like at what point is it like, at one point are you like, okay, I think I have enough jerseys? Like, are you trying to, is it like Pokemon? Are you trying to collect them all?
Like,
I
and
I don't get it.
well, and then whenever you run out of room in your basement, let's say, is where you're keeping them, you have to start spilling over into other rooms of the house. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
living
right.
room's going to start having jerseys in it, and the hallway. It
It's
could be
gonna
never ending.
Right. It's gonna look like a house. Like your house is gonna perpetually look like you just moved in because you're just gonna have frames tilted against the wall because you
Like,
have
oh, I
nowhere
need to
else to
hang that
put
one
them.
up still. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna try, like, don't try and go to the bathroom in OBJ's house because half of the bathrooms in his house, like the door is pinned shut because it's just full of picture frames that haven't been hung up yet. You're not going to be able to.
He's like, yo, don't go in that room. Don't go in that room.
Yeah, right. Sorry, dude. And look, OBJ's like probably like, dude, if you need to poop, just go on my chest.
I was gonna say he does like poop. It's interesting you said poop. So, wow. But honestly, and my other back of the week is Cam Newton back, or
No, Cam
well,
Newton is not back. Yeah,
he
yeah.
said he
No,
was 2 weeks ago,
that
but no,
was
he's
2
not.
weeks
Okay,
ago.
yeah,
2 weeks ago, he was
okay.
back. He is now back to not being back.
No, he's
This week.
still not back. Yes.
Damn, I was actually thinking about you. The one, you know what? Let me take back my good of the week.
Cam
My good of
Newton's
the week,
stat
I
line was your
said
good of the
nothing
week.
is good. Nothing in the sports world is good. And I guess that's still true for me. But for you, AD, you did have one redeem. Like, what was better, what was better for you? Like, would you rather the Steelers lose, get crushed by the Bengals if Cam Newton's going to have a performance like that?
Wait, say that again. Would I rather have the Steelers? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the Steelers win
Yeah.
or Cam Newton suck? Because I feel like you're leaning more towards the latter.
And especially this year, is whatever it takes to get Cam Newton out of the league.
You're the worst.
You're
the worst.
I'm fine with.
You're so. And you know what's funny is like I have no idea why you have this hatred for Cam Newton, but all I know is that your hatred for Cam Newton knows no bounds. Like
no,
I bet you hated that Play
60
commercial back in the day, didn't you?
I did, and I wanted that little kid who is now Josh Allen, I think, right? That kid grew up to be Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He took his job, or no, maybe it was Taylor Heineke at this point.
Yeah, it might be.
I mean, he was his backup for a little bit. He didn't necessarily take his job, but
people are asking.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm not really sure how we got here, but that my back of the week is being petty.
Just being petty.
Yeah. With Devonta. And I don't blame him because maybe Davante's sick of the jersey swaps. Everyone wants his jersey. Does he really want any jerseys? He probably doesn't need jerseys. He's like, when you're the best at what you do you even want any other jerseys? You probably don't.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's I don't get it. I don't get it. That would be if I was a reporter in the NFL right now, that'd be my first question. It's like, hey, Odell, how many jerseys is too many, man? Like when are you done with the jersey collecting? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, but look, this is coming from a guy whose dad is still making movies on iMovie. Like
True.
set to Everybody Hurts. So like I can't I like the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, I guess. All right.
What you got for your back of the week?
AD, my back of the week. The Texas Rangers. My gosh. The Texas Rangers are back, dude. Like, this team will not stop spending money. Like, it's unreal. I don't even know, like, how they have so much money. They just built that ginormous freaking agriculture center out in the middle of Arlington, which is the retractable roof stadium that looks like a giant like Weber grill or something, like
it does.
a giant
I think you said it looks
grill,
like a giant Costco too,
which is fitting because that explains why the Rangers are buying in bulk. They just gave
True.
Corey Seager a 10-year, $325 million contract. They gave Marcus Simeon a huge deal. I don't have the numbers, but they just signed him. That's 2 shortstops. Why do you need 2 shortstops? I don't know. It's like pimp my ride now for the Texas Rangers. They're like, why would you put a sink in the car? Because it's never been done before.
Well, why
would
not?
you sign the 2 shortstops? Because it's never been done before. But look, if there's any team that I trust to overpay for a star shortstop, it's the Texas Rangers, right? There's no way this goes wrong.
Rangers. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, right.
Alex Rodriguez.
I want to say too soon, but it's never too soon.
No, it's never too soon. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
never.
No, yeah. My man is on the Hall of Fame ballot. I'm pretty sure now, so it's definitely not. It's definitely not too soon for that. But and then who else do they get? They also got a damn pitcher. It's unreal the moves the Rangers are making. And look at this. So AD, I've got a top 10 list. The top 10 dollar amount committed to free agents so far this offseason. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Coming in. Is
this by team or by player?
This is by team. By teams.
Okay.
The teams that have
going to guess that the Pirates are not on this list.
You would be correct.
I'm just wanting to make sure I was.
You'd be correct.
Haven't seen any Pirates news recently. Oh no, they signed
Ben Gamel.
There we go.
There you go. Ben Gamel, former Seattle Mariner. Great. I like that. I think they actually signed him to like avoid arbitration, I think, or was he already? I think he was already a Pirate. And they just kind of re-signed him.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Not surprising.
So I am going to give you the top $10 money committed to free agents this far. Okay.
I can't wait to hear this one.
Do you have any guess as to who's on this list?
Starting at number 10 or just in general, who's on the list?
Just take a guess 3 teams. And,
this should be pretty easy. The Angels.
Okay.
Dodgers.
Okay.
Yankees.
Okay. All right. Yankees, Dodgers, and Angels. Okay. AD coming in at number 10. The San Francisco Giants at $36 million.
That would have been my 4th pick.
Already spent this offseason for free agents. San Francisco Giants. Number 9. The St. Louis Cardinals. $44 million.
And a new coach.
Yeah, how about them?
Or manager, rather.
Yeah. Spending money on a free agent in St. Louis in this economy? What?
Yeah, what is happening?
What is going on? Is the world ending? It might. It might be like the Cardinals spending money on a free agent. That should be the first sign of the apocalypse. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's in Revelations. Number 8. AD's guess, the Los Angeles Angels.
There we go.
Anaheim.
There we go.
$45 million. Damn, this list gets weirder and weirder. Number 7, the Miami Marlins. $53 million spent this offseason so far.
What about the Padres in the top 4 there? Are they in there?
Padres are not, but I'll tell you who is.
The Dodgers.
9, 8, 7. Number 6, the Houston Astros. $67 million. Number 5, the Detroit Tigers.
Whoa.
$77 million.
No.
Here we go. Top 4. Seattle Mariners, $115 million. I actually love the moves the Mariners have been making this offseason. That postseason drought ends this year. You heard it here first.
It almost ended this year, right? They were very close.
It almost ended this year.
It was like a game or two,
very
I believe.
Close.
Yeah.
Look, you think Jeff Passan's breaking baseball news? No. The Junk Drawer's breaking baseball news. We're breaking it here. The Mariners have ended their postseason drought streak.
Someone clip this. Thank you.
Someone clip this. Yes, thank you. Number 3, the Toronto Blue Jays, $121 million.
That's a surprise. Are they even in Toronto still?
Yes. I don't think they would still be called the Toronto Blue Jays if they weren't.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure they didn't move yet.
Do you think they moved to Montreal or something?
No. But speaking of breaking news, no, go ahead. Finish your list. It is baseball related though.
Okay. All right. Damn it, AD. What did the Clayton Kershaw sign with the Rangers too?
No, it has nothing. It's just the Pirates. It's just a funny Pirates
Okay.
tidbit.
All right. Toronto, 121 million third. Number 2. This one's obvious. These next two should be obvious.
Yankees.
No, across the river. Go to
Mets,
Queens, baby.
The, Mets,
the New York Mets, 254 million, which I mean that Max Scherzer's a big part of that. But they also made a couple of other big signings this free agency as well. And then, of course, number 1, the Texas Rangers, $561.2 million already spent. That's $500 million. $500 million the Rangers have already spent this offseason. So like when the owners, remember back to COVID, remember back to when baseball was like, the owners were like, we're going to miss out on revenue. We can't afford to start the season in June.
Yes. Yeah.
Suck a big fat one, MLB owners. You guys are now dropping $500 million in free agency. Don't tell me you don't have money. Don't.
Right. Yeah. Good point. Yes.
Don't ever think that owners, whenever they want to cry that we're just not making as much revenue from commercials as we used to, or we need to put ads on the jerseys to make up for lost revenue. Screw that. That. Baseball is not mincing in any dollars at all. Like it is the freaking, that'd be like the Kardashians saying they can't foot the bill for lunch. Okay, that's what MLB owners are doing when they say they don't have money. $500 million. Next time an owner tries to tell you,
that is insane.
And this is the Rangers too. This isn't like the Yankees. This isn't the Dodgers. This isn't like a market where you expect them to spend a lot of money. Hell, even the Cardinals are dropping $44 million in free agency so far. So like, don't say that these teams are scraping pennies, like they're digging into the ashtrays of their cars trying to rub a couple of nickels together. That's not true at all. Like they're plenty wealthy.
They've got it still.
They've still got it. So anyway, and with all that said, the Texas Rangers are back. Also
good for the Rangers.
Good for the Rangers, right? Look, I like that. I like when I see not smaller market, they're in Dallas, but like teams that don't perpetually win go after it. The Mariners, for example. I love to see the Mariners going after it. The Detroit Tigers were on that list.
What did the Rangers finish? The Rangers.
Oh, the Rangers. I think they've had 60 wins last season.
Oh, okay. It was bad. Okay.
They had 60 wins, like 60 and 110, 112 or whatever. So like that right there. And now they're going all in. They got Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, John Gray. Like they've got a loaded. Like they're just going after it, and I love to freaking see it.
It's like the Browns whenever they got OBJ a couple years ago, like just absolutely loading up their team. So, I mean, should we crown them the offseason World Series champs? I think it's getting very close. I think it's very close. Yet? I mean, one more signing could tip the scale. I think we're very close.
Now don't sleep on the perpetual, like the reigning offseason world champs. The San Diego Padres.
The Padres, yes.
Now that is a team that loves to go after it. Don't be surprised if they make a big splash. But yeah, I think right now the leader in the clubhouse is the Texas Rangers.
Got to be the favorite. So
in fact,
I'm
throwing that up onto a junk drawer poll.
I like that.
Is it too early to crown the champion, or are the Texas Rangers the offseason world champions?
Like, might as well just ask, can we crown them already? Is it okay if we crown them? So while we were recording here, there was a trade in baseball. Rare off-season trade. Maybe not rare, but
is this Brendan Fraser breaking news?
This is Brendan Fraser breaking news, yes.
Brendan Fraser breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Breaking news. And I think you mentioned this team in your list there, the Marlins.
I did, yes. They're ranked 7th on the list.
Oh, good. Well, good. So this is a great example of what the Pirates do. This is just what the Pirates do. They're basically like a farm team. Like they will get your players game ready. They will get your players, you know, the best of the best. You know, they're playing with real MLB teams. The Pirates may not be a real MLB team, but they're playing with real teams, real in-game action. You know, it's fun. You get to really learn the ins and outs of the game. And that's exactly what the Pirates did with Josh Bell, Garrett Cole, Melanson. We'll throw him in there, closer, sure. You know, just a number of players that have gone on to be successful. Charlie Morton's another good one, that have just been extremely successful on other teams, despite being successful in the Pirates. And the same holds true for the catcher Jacob Stallings. So as I was like looking for who the Pirates signed today, I noticed that he won a Gold Glove this year.
Yeah,
which is news to me now because I haven't really been following.
AD is a diehard Pirates fan.
If you can't tell,
that, I mean, like he only follows them like kind of closely, but in Pittsburgh, that is a diehard Pirates.
That's
fan.
As close as it gets. Yes. Right. So they traded Mr. Stallings, you know, right after getting his Gold Glove, which I would have expected it to be next year, like after this year, but instead they unloaded as quickly as they could. And so they acquired a pitching prospect and an outfield prospect. So, you know, that's great. Pirates will be good in 3 years, which is what I've been hearing for the last 7, 9, 10, 11 years. So
think about how many times the Pirates have been good in the next 3 years that you've heard. You know, they've had to have been good like 12 times.
I mean, all these prospects that they have, I think the Dodgers even gave them a few, you know, back in the day. But clearly these quote unquote prospects haven't really panned out for the team. So it's just another example of the Pirates just being like the worst organization in all of sports. It's actually quite pathetic, and I don't see them ever cracking that top 10 list that you just gave us. So just life as a Pirates fan, I guess. But
go ahead.
Well, do you have anything else to say about the Pirates, or I was going to move on to my ugly.
I do have one more good.
Okay.
Back of the week. I mean, one more back of the week. Die Hard is a Christmas movie debates are back. Look, Wednesday marks December 1st, meaning Christmas movies all the time. Die Hard is a Christmas movie debates are going to be back. They're going to be filling your timeline. It will probably be kind of annoying. You know, that's kind of gotten to be like the I don't know. It's the overly cliche bit that's used online now. It's time. I think we move on to another debate, which I had one. I can't remember what it is. But with that said, the Cineboys are hosting a Die Hard watch party on this very YouTube channel at corkbats.com/ or youtube.com/corkbats.
/corkbats. You're close.
Yeah, Friday at 7:30 Central. So 8:30
this Friday.
8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Hop onto our YouTube channel. You can watch Die Hard with them. Watch Die Hard with the Cineboys. It'll be fun. Those dudes are very funny. They especially when they do things like this, when they do live streams like this, it's a lot of fun. They do them for most of the awards ceremonies and stuff. Tune in, even if just for a little bit, like if you're going out on Friday, before you go out, tune in, check them out. I think you'll have some fun. We've seen Die Hard enough to where it's like you'll know what part in the movie they're at. So I don't think you have to worry about that.
I mean, it's a Christmas movie, so you watch it every year.
That's right. That's right. All right, AD, what's your good, back, and ugly? Or what's your ugly, I mean?
My ugly of the week. Oh, I had a few, but what took the cake was this kid's sign from what game was that? The Bucks Colts game on Sunday. Did you get a chance to see this one, Austin?
No, I did not.
Let me share this here. So this kid's signed, and it's a good thing Father's Day isn't coming up because this would be absolutely devastated. He says, "I would trade my dad for a football." Now, you know, trading your dad for a football, it's on paper, it doesn't really sound like the greatest plan.
It's
You know,
not. You're not thinking long term with that kind of
yeah,
deal right there.
and especially when you consider that, like, this is your once in a lifetime opportunity. So why not ask for a little bit more than just a football?
Yeah, right.
Like that football's not going to go outside and play with you. Like
It's kind
it's
yeah. You're right. You get the football, but you don't have anyone to throw it with anymore.
yeah, right. So you'd be pretty lonely, with just a football instead of a dad. And sure enough, Tom, sees the sign and gives him a sign. Gives him a sign, gives him a football. So my question is, did Tom receive his dad in exchange?
Oh, good question.
I mean, I don't mean to, get into the grammatic part of it here, but it said I would trade my dad,
Right.
and a trade's a trade. So
Right. If Brady's giving him a football, I mean, look, it's in paper. It's written down.
I mean, he might as well wrote it himself.
That's a legal binding document by all I'm concerned.
Contracts are binding. Yes.
That piece of cardboard is I'm pretty sure that kid owes Tom Brady his dad. And look, if I was to choose anyone in the NFL right now who probably has humans in his basement, like a collection of humans. I mean, I just off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd probably guess Tom Brady first.
Would have it, yes.
Yeah, so that's probably why he gave the kid the football. And let's keep this in mind. This is like literally like 2 or 3 weeks after the fact that Brady took a football away from a fan in the stands. Guy gets the football in the stands and Brady takes it away for a Bitcoin,
and well, you'd think Tom, I mean, clearly it wasn't that good of a trade, or else Tom would have offered his dad for the football.
Yeah, right. Why did that guy in the stands get Tom Brady's dad? I don't think so.
I think it's still Tom's dad.
I mean, it's Tom Brady, not Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah, right. But now Tom's sitting here with 2 dads and what, 7 rings? So
yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think it's a little unfair trade if you ask me. But life is all about learning lessons, and I think this is just one of those lessons for that kid. And it's a tough one, but he said it.
How do you
think
he
said it?
How do you think that kid drives home after trading away his dad? Because he's like too young to Uber.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he's there with friends that could take him, or maybe mom came along too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does he could use public transit? Does Indy have good public transit?
I'm gonna guess no, because Indy's not like a massive city. Like it's a it's a nice city. I like Indy, but it's not massive. But yeah, so I don't know. This kid really did not think this through.
I don't want to go as far as to say like he's an idiot, but like it's just not a smart move,
right? Yeah, I'm not going to say he's an idiot, but these are definitely idiot tendencies,
right?
Like he's showing idiot qualities with that sign, and yeah, like I think he probably could have been like, I would trade a smile for a football, and Brady probably would have given the kid a football, But it look. Hall of Famer, yada, yada, Tom Brady, greatest of all time, blah, blah, blah. It is a little sketch that Brady chose that kid out to give the football to. Like the kid with I would trade my dad for a football. It's a little sketch. Him out
a little bit. But yeah, so, my ugly, I guess, would be like, bad trade deals, I guess, or,
yeah.
Not thinking things through, I guess.
No, I think that's fair.
So let's keep this kid's dad in our thoughts tonight, as he, well, actually the kid too, because he's going to bed without a dad tonight. So it's sad. It's really sad, and Tom's going to bed too. So I guess it pays to be an athlete.
All right. AD, my ugly of the week is
I hope it's what I'm thinking it is.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say what it is, and then you tell me what you think what you were hoping it was.
Okay.
My ugly of the week, Oklahoma football.
No. I thought you were gonna say Kareem Hunt's dad. Did you see?
No, what happened with Kareem Hunt's dad?
So
did he get traded away for a football team?
No. He didn't have a sign, unfortunately. But go ahead and I'll pull up the Kareem Hunt dad stuff.
All right. Now look, I'm gonna put this delicately, or as delicately as I can. But and everyone in Oklahoma should get this because I'm gonna assume that everyone in Oklahoma is a farmer. But this whole Oklahoma Lincoln Riley bouncing for USC thing, this is Oklahoma reaping what they have sowed. Okay, like there's not an ounce in my body that feels sorry for the Oklahoma Sooners.
Not one.
Mainly because look, Oklahoma's a powerhouse. They're gonna bounce back. They could have freaking I don't know who's the most famous person from Oklahoma. Garth Brooks,
Baker Mayfield, I guess. I don't really know.
I'm googling this right now. I'm doing this take. This is what we call taking on the fly. Chuck Norris. They could have damn Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris is from Oklahoma. Okay,
or Matt Kemp or Bill Hader. I guess we could do. Well, I don't know which one do we. Jeremy Shockey, maybe.
Jeremy Shockey.
What about Brad Penny?
Yeah.
Man, Oklahoma.
We're reaching now. I
got to give Oklahoma some credit. They got some Carrie Underwood.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go Chuck Norris. Oklahoma could have Chuck Norris coach that school, and they would still probably make to the college football playoff in like 6 of the next 8 years.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that's in the Big 12 days, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. The reason I don't feel bad about Oklahoma, they skipped out on the Big 12, completely screwing them over. And now Lincoln Riley is doing the same to them. Okay. Like it makes me sick how much Oklahoma and Texas completely ran the Big 12 for as many years as they did. They owned the conference. There was no revenue split like there is in the SEC or other conferences. It was literally Big 12. I mean, Oklahoma and Texas took a majority of the revenue. Obviously, they made a majority of the revenue, but they took a majority of it. I mean, gosh, if there was no revenue split in the SEC, Alabama would be freaking raking in the dough. But there is, Vanderbilt's getting as much as Alabama is.
That's why it's a conference, right?
Exactly. That's why it's a conference, and it's why it's like family oriented. That's why the SEC is like as tight knit as it is. You don't get that in the Big 12. Whatever Oklahoma and Texas says goes. Texas didn't like the horns down thing. It ends up becoming a penalty in the Big 12. Like it's like little things like that. It's like whatever they wanted, they had their way with for years and years. For even back ever since the Big 8 expanded to Big 12, it's been Oklahoma and Texas's conference. And then they decide, oh, well, we're going to screw you guys over. We are the 2 big cash cows of the conference. We're going to bounce for the SEC. Completely screwing over the K-States, the Iowa States, the Oklahoma States, TCU, West Virginia, everyone else, screwing them over. And just because, oh, well, we want to make more money for ourselves. Meanwhile, they've been making a crap ton of money in the Big 12 all these years. So now Lincoln Riley is like, you know what? I want to bounce. I want to get to USC. Good, dude. Good. And you know what? And same thing with Texas. Struggling right now, losing 6 straight games in a row with freaking Steve Sarkisian as head coach. Good. You know what? Good. I love to see it. I can never, they are reaping what they sowed, both of those schools. And OU president Joe Haraz, am I saying that right? Harrows? I honestly don't know. And frankly, I don't care. But my man, check out this quote, okay? My man went, He had the nerve to hit everyone with this. He admits that we would have liked more notice in terms of Lincoln Riley bouncing to the USC. Oh, would you? You would have liked more notice?
Would you have?
Kind of like, I don't know. The rest of the Big 12 would have liked a bit more notice for you bouncing just up and leaving with Texas in, they say 2025, but let's be honest, they're going to break out of that deal.
It's going to be before that. Yeah.
It'll be 2023 at the latest. Okay. So that right there is just ironic. And then on top of that, the funny thing is, I don't know if you saw this, but Bob Stoops is going to be coaching.
I saw that headline. And I was like, I had to rub my eyes a little bit and be like, what's going on here? Like, didn't he? And because I just saw him on the Fox broadcast, doing the morning or the pregame stuff.
Yeah.
And when he was at Michigan, for Fox Sports. And I was like, oh, there's Bob Stoops. And sure enough, now he's back to coaching.
It's ironic that the Dallas Renegades head coach is now going to be coaching Oklahoma in the bowl game. It's a little weird. That'll take some getting used to. Is realizing, oh wait, hold on. Is that the Dallas Renegades head coach? Shout out to XFL.
Can you explain to me what is so attractive about this USC job? I understand it's USC. I understand it's California. I mean, I'm assuming it's more money that he's getting, but what, USC hasn't been relevant since Reggie Bush.
Pete Carroll.
Since
Pete Carroll left.
Yeah. So
I think
why is this job sought after?
It's easy to recruit. It's very easy to recruit. You get California recruits, which is a massive state for recruiting. You get you're in LA, and in LA, USC is essentially the fifth sixth, I don't even know how many pro team. It's just an extension of their pro teams. There's a lot of glamorousness to it, and when you are the head coach at USC, you are essentially a celebrity out there. So.
And not UCLA, or is it the same for UCLA as well?
Not as much with UCLA because USC's tradition runs a little bit deeper, and more recently it runs a little bit deeper.
True.
So it is, you just get more, and more prestigious people went to USC rather than UCLA. So more prestigious people are familiar with you, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And you're close to the beach. You're in Southern California. You never have to check your weather app the entire time you live there.
You don't have to look for tornadoes in Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You always know what the weather's going to be. That's reason enough to take that job. No joke. The weather in Southern California, it's cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. It is incredible in Southern California.
So because there was a while there where James Franklin, the Penn State's head coach, his name was being tossed around for USC.
Yeah.
And then he just signed that mega contract extension.
Right.
I'm wondering if it's because maybe he knew that he wasn't going to get the USC job, or did he actually want it? I don't know. That's why
so he just signed Jimmy Sexton as his agent this season. And Jimmy Sexton is the agent for every big head coach in college football. Nick Saban,
Okay.
I don't know, everyone.
Didn't they say Mike Tomlin's name for the USC job before all this too? Mike Tomlin actually had to address.
Yeah.
That's
that was floated out as a rumor. I don't
never say never.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Well,
I don't know if there was any validity to that. That to me felt like it was just one of those head coaching names that was flown out there because he's young and it would have been a sexy hire for USC. But but they end up with Lincoln Riley. And I'm one of those people, I know a lot of people have been kind of crapping on the USC job. I think the USC's job is better than what people make it. To me, it's very similar to the Tennessee job. It's like the Tennessee job with a much less rabid fan base. It's just, and I don't mean that as a knock at Tennessee fans. I mean that as a, USC fans can be rabid almost to the level of Tennessee when they're good. Tennessee fans are rabid when they're good, when they're bad, it doesn't matter. So, and I mean rabid in a good way, like they're just boisterous, they're loud, they're proud. And so USC is like USC fans are right there, but I think USC is like the Tennessee job in the sense that it's a sleeping giant. If you can just somehow find a way to wake up that giant, you will be rolling and you will be cruising. And that, to me, that's how I view the USC job. And I think it just takes the right guy. Look, Pete Carroll turned that program around in just a couple of years. And they were dead in the water through the entire like decade of the 90s. So I think it just takes the right person, wake up that sleeping giant. And I think Lincoln Riley very easily could be that. I mean, we already know he's going to be flipping some recruits from Oklahoma, but
a bunch of them already decommitted to Oklahoma.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Bob Stoops is going to be coaching the bowl game.
This job is going to attract the
and this is what he said
in the coaching
today at
world,
the press conference. Can
and
you
they're
hear
already
this?
lined up and calling.
Calling
Joe, hitting people the way they do. This is a real job. This is a great job, a great university with great leadership. And so all you fans, and again, player parents, everyone, just understand, give it a little bit of time, and you're going to see this is just a little bump in the road. There's not one guy, one person in the history of this program that's bigger than the program. Coach Switzer, myself, or Lincoln Riley. And what I told the players is they are the program. Players throughout these decades, they are OU football, not us as a coach.
Well, that's true.
That is, I'm getting in the Hall of Fame because of them.
There it is, right there. That's what I wanted to play. The sickest humble brag in the history of
ever.
Brag.
Yeah.
Right there by Bob Stoops. That is, look, Bob Stoops deserves to be in the Hall of Fame of humble brags after that one. He goes, look, I am in the Hall of Fame because of these players, not because of myself. You know, like,
yeah,
like
not to toot my own horn, but
yeah, like what, dude? Like, this is the Dallas Renegades head coach trying to prove to everyone, I'm still somebody. All right. Yeah. Look, you know, like, look, OU is going to be fine because I'm coaching the bowl game. All right. Look, OU is going to be fine. It's because of the players. All right. I'm in the Hall of Fame because of these players. Just the sickest humble brag I've ever seen.
And then I saw some headlines that Oklahoma was targeting Cliff Kingsbury.
Again,
just like such bullshit. Just like, why would an NFL coach and arguably Cliff has had success with the Cardinals, and yes, he only has one more year in his contract, but what are the odds that they aren't going to re-sign him? Like,
you saw who broke the Cliff Kingsbury name, like who was floating his name out there. It's Adam Schefter.
Was it Schefter?
That is literally nothing more than Cliff Kingsbury's agent saying, hey, float Cliff Kingsbury's name out there because he's in a contract year next year. His contract's up after next year. The Cardinals are going to pony up some money. And that's Adam Schefter doing a favor for Cliff Kingsbury's agent because he wants to
get scoop from him.
He wants to continually get scoops from Cliff Kingsbury's agent. So what he's doing is he's keeping that relationship afloat by saying, oh, sure, I'll tweet out to my 2 point however many million followers or whatever. And, I'll give you, I'll float your client's name out there just to try and get him more money when contract negotiations come up.
Well, and we all remember draft night, the house that Cliff Kingsbury was in. So he's going to need a new contract to support that
just to pay for a second night in that Airbnb.
Yeah, right.
Goodness. All right. Let's quickly get to 3 for 3, our NFL picks. This is our chance to whoever gets all 3 picks, we pick 3 games every week. If you get all 3 right, you get 3 minutes uninterrupted to talk about whatever the hell you want on this podcast. And luckily for your sake, AD and I haven't won a damn week yet.
2-1 again, both of us last week.
And you know what? I'm so pissed because I had Detroit -3.5.
Yes, which is
got
good.
That one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Falcons -1. They destroyed the Jaguars
easily.
And Carolina -1 over the Dolphins. AD,
you trusted Cam.
I'm joining you in the Cam Newton hate bandwagon.
You trusted Cam.
Joining you.
He got benched for PJ Walker, an XFL standout.
Damn.
So all right. So we can't get it done. And so I'm throwing darts out here this week. I'm picking, and they're awful picks. I know they're awful picks, but I'm just going to take them anyway. Cardinals versus the Bears. I'll take that any day of the week. I don't care who's starting for the Cardinals.
Wow, cool, dude. Cool. It's not like I'm live in Chicago now, dude. Real cool, dude.
That's fine though. That's fine. You're not a fan, really, but
not a fan, bro. Wow, now you're taking shots at my fandom.
Where's your jersey, bro? Come on, I see a Titans jersey back there.
Yeah, that's for Steve McNair, dude. You pour some out for Steve McNair because, dude, he passed away, man. Like seriously, you're gonna bring up Steve McNair at a time like this?
R.I.P.
But also, look, I tighten up and I bear down. That's what I do.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry, I'm still gonna take the Cardinals though.
They don't interact. Like they go different directions. So I can tighten up and bear down.
And I also love how Matt Nagy still kept his job. So
maybe Matt Nagy, dude, a cockroach. He's a cockroach. You cannot kill him. You literally cannot kill him.
Maybe this will be the week. So yeah, Cardinals -9.5. Another bad pick, 49ers, -2.5 on the road against Seattle.
Okay.
And then my last bad pick of the week, another road team, the Cowboys versus the Saints, -5. So very bad picks. Please take the opposite.
Should we rename this segment to just bad picks?
I think so. 3 bad picks.
Okay. 3 bad picks. You're hearing it here now live. This segment is no longer called 3 for 3 because none of us ever get those 300.
It's not going to happen.
Minutes.
We are in week 13. We're in week 13.
3 bad picks. 3 bad picks is the name of the segment now. Okay. The AD. I'm also going 49ers -2.5 over the Seahawks.
So if you're listening to this, please put all your money on Seattle. Yeah.
Go all in on the Seahawks. Look, we'll get our other 2 picks right, and that'll be the one we both miss.
Rarely pick the same game right. So
give me the football team +2.5 over the Raiders.
All right.
Look, Taylor Heineke, man.
You're a believer.
I'm a believer in Taylor Heineke. And I don't know what's going on with the Raiders. And did you see the coin flip thing? The dude's been flipping a coin, and one dude's flipped a coin for every Raiders game, and he's gotten every single one right so far. At the beginning of the year, he flipped a coin to decide what the Raiders record would be. And through 12 weeks of the season,
he's right.
He's gotten every single week right. It's wild.
That's scary, especially like when you consider like that Cowboys game, like 7-point dogs, like they
right.
That is insane.
Yeah, I'm a Raiders fan. All right, I'm in fact I'm going to see what he's going with, what his pick was.
Oh, maybe you might want to change your pick here.
At Cowboys or no? Where are they at?
No.
Football team.
Yeah,
they have a win. Oh no.
Well, they can still win, and
they can still win.
You can cover. You can cover. They have to win by 1 or 2.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You're not going to change it?
No, I'm not going to change it. I'm sticking with the football team.
All right.
Am I dumb for going against the coin?
No.
Okay. Damn it. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going Bengals over the Chargers. Look, if the Bengals can get over the hump of beating the Steelers, to me, that makes them a good football team. AD, I'm only solely saying this for your sake because I love you.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
So Bengals
what's this
over the Chargers?
-3. Okay.
-3.
All right.
Okay. You want to get to some Frank fact?
Yeah. Let's hit it real quick.
Okay. Frank fact. AD, tell him what the Frank fact is.
So Frank, a near and dear friend of ours, he used to write for Corked Bats, and now he provides us with a fact each week, every single week. And it is not only just a fact, it's just something that you could take home, take it to the water cooler. You could take it to your Zoom meeting. People still do those. You could take this wherever you want it and really just marvel in it and just enjoy the facts that Frank provides us. That's just what he does. It's a Frank fact.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Okay. This week's Frank fact. You ready for this? Humans are the only animals with chins.
How
How about that? Humans are the only animals with chins. What?
This has me thinking like of all these animals' faces in my heads, and I'm like, do dogs have chins? No.
Right?
What like because a chin by definition is
I think
just
the chin is like the bone, right?
like the chin. Like okay,
Yeah. So like, yeah, so like a
but
dog doesn't have a chin because it's just
because
like the bottom lip.
it's just like a jawbone.
Yeah, I think it's like a bone sticking out. I think that is what.
What constitutes a chin?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I
damn.
don't know. How would you define a chin?
So, and we're not talking about Jeremy Chin from the Panthers.
We're not. No, not
Okay.
Jeremy Chin. I know that could be confusing. I should have clarified.
Oh,
Humans
one
are the only
N.
animals with-
Chin has one N. Chin has one
Yes.
N. Okay,
Yeah.
because that I believe Jeremy Chin has two N's. Yeah. Wow. Not even like monkeys. Like is that not a chin?
I don't know. Now you got me Google image searching pictures of monkeys.
Pictures of monkeys.
Monkeys. All right. Let me see here.
I guess it's not really a chin though. It's just like a mouth.
Do monkeys have chins?
That's the
All right. Is that? Yeah, I don't think it is a. They got nutsacks
They do not
on their
eat-
nose. They got nutsack noses.
even though monkeys are primates, they do not have chins.
Yeah, see,
In
look at
fact,
that. No chin.
No
chin,
animal other than animal has a chin. Wow. Jeez.
Look at that. Look.
That's
That may look like a chin. No
It
chin.
does look
That's
like
just
a
the
chin.
bottom. It looks like one, but it's not one. That's just a bottom lip.
Chin
Look
is
at
also
this.
a very funny name.
No chin. Chin is a very fun name. Chinny chin. Chin.
Oh, that's a cute one.
You know,
Look at the teeth on that one.
We should be very fortunate as humans, the fact that we have chins.
But what does a chin even do? Does it just protect your?
It's a great question. That is
What does
a question I was not prepared for. I don't know what a chin does.
The space between your teeth when the mouth is closed.
Okay, yeah, well, we know that. We know what a chin is. We don't know what the role of a chin does.
Chewing, I think, is part of it.
Chewing?
Yeah.
It gives you more power to chew?
It helps, and this helps buttress the jaw. Buttress?
Buttress. Yeah.
Buttress.
I don't know what that word means.
Butt chin. Is that where butt chin comes from?
Butt chin, yeah.
Helps buttress the jaw against certain mechanical stresses. Okay. Wow. So where does this leave Bill O'Brien though? As far as like chin.
Good question.
That is like the chin final boss almost.
That is like when God was like, look, I'm gonna throw these chins onto humans, but only humans, and I'm gonna make this guy to just rub it into the other animals' faces, and he made Bill O'Brien.
And then he made his between Bill O'Brien's chin and Peyton Manning's forehead, like you have a lot of real estate on a face.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine a face with Peyton Manning's forehead and Bill O'Brien's chin?
It's like
that would be
that sounds like a monster. That sounds like a monster.
My gosh, you want to sleep well at night? You'd have to watch like Babadook just to like make the scary nightmares go away.
Get that image out of your head.
Right. Okay. All right. AD, let's go ahead and get out of here. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before 2022. Help us out, please. We appreciate every single one of you. We appreciate the entire Cork Bats family, all of you cool kids who like us and support us and retweet and everything. We appreciate you guys so much and all that you do to kind of help us grow. AD, you got anything for the road?
Oh boy, we saw our first snowflake in Pittsburgh last week, and it's getting cold out there. So
I think one thing to keep snowflake like a couple weeks ago.
Well, I guess sizable snow. Maybe that was just a flake.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
But
right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, but it just makes me think to be mindful of your plants out there, because plants, not only do they need watered, but some plants can't be in freezing cold temperatures. So just make sure you're taking care of them.
There you go. Hey, water your plants, guys. Water your plants. If there's one thing you take away from this podcast, water those damn plants. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, don't look at the plant behind me because I forgot to do that. So
yeah, look, do as
I'm not
AD says,
yeah.
not as he does. Okay.
Right.
All right. That's going to do it for us this week. AD, what do I say on the way out the door? Do you happen to know?
Vote Kenny Pickett for Heisman.
Oh, that's
even
right.
Even though it means nothing. But I think we say ahoy.
Oh, vote Kenny Pickett for Heisman. Ahoy.